Hey everyone, this is Keely from Orbital Events in San Diego, and I'm here today meeting virtually with Ness from Small Talk. Can
Hey,
you introduce yourself and your band for our viewers?
awesome. I'm Ness, or like the long version of that is Nestle. I'm in a band called Small Talk. We're like emo rock, kind of like old Taking Back Sunday, Thrice kind of. We've been a band for about roughly, we're hitting the 2-year mark in November, so that's a pretty big mark. But yeah, we just love playing music. Even right now during weird times, we're still practicing and writing new stuff. So yeah.
Nice. I was gonna say, like, because the times have been so weird. What has been some of your challenges dealing with that, and how have you been dealing with like making music during this time and keeping up with that?
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, it's super weird. Like, it seems like it's gotten better only because of like things opening up, even though it's not necessarily better. But when we first recorded our single that came out in August, we recorded that like all separately. So like, my guitarist went in and he did the guitar by himself, and then my drummer went in and did the drums by himself. And we went in, we had to go in like full masks and everything. So that was a little scary. We still wanted to record something, so we were like, yeah, like let's just do it, even though it's going to be a little weird. But right now with practicing too, like we still meet up and practice like once or twice a week, but like we're all wearing masks. So it does get a little difficult to like sing and stuff like that while wearing a mask. But like, if I'm gonna be the only one taking my mask off, I don't want to be the one to get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so,
right. Yeah, it's not worth it.
but other than that, we've been making it work. And like, again, just being responsible, but still being like efficient, by just practicing with masks on. It's like a little sacrifice to do it in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. So since shows are out of the picture now, we kind of can't, well, we can't be doing them, but like if you were to get back to it soon, who would you pick to be in your lineup of like local bands?
Ooh, awesome. So yeah, I mean, like you said, like I wish it was happening. But right now, if we were to book a show like tomorrow, I would have it be like Lost Dakota, If Only, and Life in Discord. And who else would that's a hard, like on the spot, but there's a band called Nuestro Destino. They're from TJ, Mexico. They're like hardcore, but like when we make like bills, like to play shows, we like doing like really random bands. So we'll do like maybe like an acoustic person and then like a hardcore band next and then like somebody, you know what I mean, really out of nowhere. So that would be my bill right there if it was going to happen tomorrow. I wish it was.
Nice. Yeah. If you could collaborate with any musician or group, who would it be?
Wow, even like mainstream?
Yeah, anyone.
Oh my gosh. That is I think I would go with just like what I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'd be like Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. Like that literally has been my favorite band since like I've even listened to music. Like I have a calf tattoo of My Chemical Romance. So like, yeah, I would definitely do it with them. I just also feel like their sound fits like where we're at because we're not like pop punk, but we're not like post hardcore. So it's like kind of in the middle.
Mhm.
And I feel like it'd be fun. Like I don't know.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask you to describe your sound, but it sounds like you pretty much described it already.
Yeah, super like early 2000s emo. Like it's got like that roughness to it. It's not like polished and like super overproduced. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but like it's not super like computerized or anything like that. Like it's just very like to the point.
hmm So who else is in your band?
Yeah, so right now it's me. I do vocals and like write like lyrics and everything like that. And then we have our guitarist Victor. He writes every guitar part, and we don't have a bassist right now, but very soon that might change. But he even writes like the bass parts. So when we go and like record at the studio, he'll actually like record the bass. He'll record the guitar. He'll record the guitar leads. And then our drummer Elliot. So he's been with us for about a year now.
Nice.
Little
Cool.
trio.
Can you briefly take us through your creative process?
Wow. Well, let's see. Whenever we're writing music, usually my guitarist will send me like a little sound message on Facebook. We're old and we still use Facebook. Um, but we go to Facebook Messenger and he'll send me like a guitar thing. like a instrumental, and I'll just have to listen to it for a bit, because when I'm on the spot, like I can't really like try different things and be comfortable with it. So I'm like, you know what, like let me sit on this for like a day or a couple hours. And I basically just sit in my car. I listen to it over and over on the speaker. And literally we just like, I just like go through it and I'm like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. It's like super extra. Like I'll have to record it with my tablet and then play it with my phone and then like show them like, this is what I'm thinking it should sound like. Usually it's always pretty good. Like very few times been like, nah, I don't like that or anything. But you know, we do that. And then once we have the guitar settled, then we'll just go with the drums, because the drums are a lot easier to add as opposed to like everything else. So it kind of like, it does kind of fall on me a little bit to kind of get that process going, but it's really fun.
Nice. That's cool. Do you have any new content to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, so actually, I can't say what it is yet, but we just finished something like really pretty big. We're actually going to be announcing it pretty soon, but it should be out this fall. It will be out this fall. I promise you that. We're just gauging on when we want to do it, but it's something like that's not like even expected. Like it's not like an album. It's not this. So I'm really excited to share that very soon.
Awesome. Cool. So, like, what would be your dream record label? Like,
well, wow, there's a lot, you know.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say for me, No Sleep Records has been a record label I've really just wanted to be for a while, or like run for cover. You know, and just honestly, those two are like my top. I mean, if I'm thinking like in terms of like super big, I guess I would like Fearless like would be like one of the top ones, but I know like that's so like hard. So, you know, it's an uphill battle. So, you know, we're climbing the mountain right now.
Your dream music video, what would be in it and who would direct it?
Wow. Honestly, with the dream video, like I'd want to be given something like super extra. Like I wanted to do stuff like I love when like I see videos of like bands like underwater and stuff, and like there's like cars underwater. I don't know how they do that. I don't even know if that's like underwater.
I don't know.
You know, like they're underwater, we should say, and like that I just think looks so cool. And in order to film it, one of the guitarists of Man Overboard does a lot of like little like they're like little like vintage clips, and they just look really cool. And I don't want to do something like that where like it's shot completely like on an older camera and then underwater, so it would look like super crazy. But
Nice.
That's definitely what I want to do.
That sounds really unique and really awesome. Basically, if you could interview one of your idols or whatever, what would you ask them? And like, who would they be?
I'm gonna go back to My Chemical Romance, and I would interview Broadway because, for example, like just like everything that they do is so like thought out. And what I mean by that is like, I mean like years in advance. Like when they took that 6-year break, Gerard Way had posted a photo of a Ouija board, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's cool, whatever." And then 6 years later, that same Ouija board is in their comeback video. So like that was already planned out 6 years before. Like, okay, I'm gonna use this for that, and I'd want to talk to him, because it's kind of like, how do you plan things out so meticulously and so like they only had 4 albums, but those 4 albums were so strong that it's almost like if they did 20, if they've been a band for 20 years, and just really talk to him about like, how does that process go? And also, is everybody else like that? Or is it just like one person or a couple, seeing how they're like with that?
Great. Brad, yeah. Do you have any announcements you'd like to make before we sign off?
Yeah, so I just really want to say, like, to anybody who's listened to our song Hawthorne that just came out last month, it really means a lot. It's my favorite song we've ever done. And also just, we have something really special coming out in the fall. It's not like what's expected, but I really think that people will like it, and just keep your eyes peeled for that. We actually just filmed a ton of fun stuff, and you'll be seeing it, like, honestly, probably this coming week. So I'm really excited to share that with everybody.
Awesome. Great. And where can we find your music?
Cool. So we're like on Spotify. I know like everyone kind of like mainly goes to Spotify, but we're pretty much everything. Like we even have Bandcamp, YouTube, Apple. I don't know if people use Apple Music, Apple Music, Spotify, all that stuff. And also like if anybody like can't like seem to find it or they don't have that stuff, they can always like direct message our band on Instagram, which is smalltalk.sd, and we can always feel free to like send you like an actual link to like something if that's easier too.
All right, sweet. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer these questions and talk with me about all of this.
No problem. Thanks to you too.
Yeah, no problem. All right, if you want to hear some Small Talk's music, you can find them on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, YouTube, all of the streaming platforms, and you can connect with them via Instagram. I'll put the links in the description. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more interviews like this. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.